Aloha and welcome in. I am Kapualani, and this is your collective timeless reading. This is a general reading. So, as always, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I'm going to open up the space with some sound healing, sound clearing. And as I'm chiming the tuning fork, I invite you to connect to your breath, to focus on your goals, your intentions for this time together. If there are any questions that you have, go ahead and just think about those questions, of course. I also invite you to connect to your angels, your ancestors, your guides, your spirit teams, Mother Earth, your higher power. All right. And as you exhale, releasing what no longer serves, and also giving thanks, gratitude, and appreciation to your higher self, to your spirit teams and guides, to everyone showing up today, because this is a collective of energy, a soul group of support. All right, so let's begin. All right, so once again, I am Kapulani, and this is your timeless collective general reading. So let's go ahead, let's shuffle the cards and see what we see. Just as a note, if you are new to the channel, thanks for finding us. There will be an extension to this reading, and I do offer personal readings at my website, kapualani.com. And if you have not already subscribed, I do invite you to subscribe, to like and comment, because as you engage, as you subscribe, like, and comment, it allows for our energies to more clearly connect and therefore the messages to come through and hopefully resonate accordingly. All right. So let's tune in here. Spirit, what is the message for the collective at this moment, at this time? What is the core? What is the theme of what we're going to be looking into? All right, so we've got the Hangman showing up with the Judgment card. All right, so we've got some pretty big energies opening the session up here. You may be feeling as if you're in a moment of pause, or as if you are sort of being, I don't want to say forced, but it's kind of like your hands are tied. But the funny thing with the hangman is remembering that any pause, any sort of looking at things from a different perspective, that is within our own hands, that's within our power. So, if you have been feeling as though things have been stuck, if they feels as though things have been sort of held in suspense or suspension, just understand that there is something much bigger, more karmic at play here. And remember, with the judgment card, there's a realization or a revelation. So perhaps in taking a step back, perhaps in taking a look at things, the situation or circumstance from a different perspective, it will give you some form of clarity, an aha moment, or an understanding somehow that's going to help you to, almost what I'm hearing is like, reinvent yourself, reinvent your circumstances, your situation, reevaluate. All right, where you have felt on pause or on hold, there's going to be some sort of clarity coming through, giving you also like a validation that you not being reactive, by not being reactive, by not jumping the gun, by removing yourself and choosing to look at a circumstance or situation again from your own unique perspective, from your own unique understanding, you're going to really have this revelatory moment that gives you the clarity of why did I step back, did I make the right decision, did I do the right thing by not jumping into this, that, or the other. Okay, where you again have been positioned to look at things differently, there's going to be some clarity there. Whether or not this has felt like it's been voluntary or involuntary, okay, because judgment is also a card of second chances. It's about restoration, where it feels like things were just lost and abandoned or over with. You're seeing that there is an opportunity to start again or to have again another chance, a second chance. So, Spirit, keep guiding us through this. And what I'm also picking up on here, just as a note, we've got Piscean energy with the Hangman, so there's healer energy that's present. And with Judgment, that can be like Libra energy. It can be, as far as I'm aware, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but I also get like there's Leo energy associated at times and possibly Scorpio energy. So that could tie into, you know, just with Libra, right? We think of justice, the balancing of the scales. With Leos, it's that pride and honor and following the heart. And with the Scorpio, we're like really taking a look at the underbelly of something, seeking the truth of something. This is Archangel Gabriel at the helm here. And so sound healing, music, that sort of thing may have a significant influence on you as well at this time. Pay attention maybe to lyrics in a song if something like that stands out to you. If you just hear a song repetitively, for no reason, there could be something there. So it's taking us to the Eight of Swords, the five, I'm sorry, Seven of Pentacles. What am I talking about? Five of Pentacles. I'm sorry, Pentacles. Oh my gosh, we're just really scattered here. Seven of Wands. Okay, so pairing this energy with the Hangman, it's like, don't keep yourself held in suspense for too long. I feel like maybe you're struggling with something, could be struggling with a decision. There could just be even something that doesn't really have words. Maybe you're just experiencing a lot of inner turmoil or frustration, maybe impatience with how things are going to be playing out, getting some kind of a resolution or some kind of progress. Like, we're looking for progress here, is what I feel. You may even feel a little bit like you're on defense. This doesn't have to necessarily be something that's in your face, but I feel like part of what I'm getting here is like we're trying to reevaluate things, and maybe you're feeling a little bit stuck. Maybe you're feeling a little bit held back, or again, put on pause, and that's a little frustrating here. Okay, there's gonna be a major sort of, again, there's a call for clarity. And when I say that there's a call for clarity, it's not just like, okay, clarity is needed, but it's that one way or another it's going to happen. But it's funny because even if and when you do sort of have this kind of epiphany or some sort of a realization of something, it's almost like it's still not enough. What I'm getting, like, there could be something here because these are the majors. There's divine inspiration and guidance coming through, but on a human level, you may be struggling with your intuition. You may be struggling with the signs. You may be struggling with the message that you're getting. And this doesn't even necessarily have to be from spirit, but it could be an external source. Like, if you're feeling stuck, or you're trying to look at a situation from a different perspective, and you're like, okay, well, maybe this could be a possibility, or hey, maybe I need to do things that way. But okay, so thank you, spirit. Even when you have this kind of breakthrough moment, it's almost like the mundane steps, the practical steps to getting there might be a little bit of a struggle. Okay, so give yourself a little bit of grace here. Give yourself some grace. Spirit, how can we manage? What is the advice here? Of course, the Knight of Pentacles. So it's really just get grounded and take things step by step. Get grounded and realize that this is not something, the progress that you're looking for is not something that is going to happen overnight. And maybe that's part of the frustration. That could be part of the uncertainty, and that word impatience came up earlier as well. And so it's like, no matter what you do, you're kind of thinking, and that's going to be part of it, right? The realization is that, listen, the journey continues here, and stop chasing your own tail. Just do the footwork. Do the footwork. If you build it, they will come, is the message that I'm picking up on here. Okay. So do that footwork, because you cannot help but see results with the Knight of Pentacles. All right. The other piece with the Knight of Pentacles, I said this earlier, but it's don't chase your own tail. Don't, you know what I mean? Pay attention to where you are putting your effort, because you're gonna see something building. And so all the time, right? Like, it's almost like the time that you spent driving yourself nuts or feeling frustrated, you could have been, sorry, this is like maybe not the best analogy, but like tilling the soil to tend to your garden so that you could plant those seeds and start watering them and growing them and blah, blah, blah. And then, whatever weeks or months from now, like, oh my gosh, look at what we've grown. You know what I'm saying? And so part of it is like, get out of your head. And it's not even just, it's like, we're not just trying to get into our hearts here, but we're trying to get practical. We're trying to get grounded. We're getting real, because this is the air energy, mental, and then the fire energy of spirit and action. And so we might be a little bit muddled about where to channel our energy. And it's saying right now you might be feeling restless. So the answer is to slow down and take it step by step. Focus on one thing at a time. Do not scatter your efforts, okay? Step by step here with that Knight of Pentacles. So where is this going to, aside from that Knight of Pentacles as guiding advice, what is it that we are applying ourselves to? Where can we really focus our intentions and efforts based on this Knight of Pentacles energy? Okay, so we've got this Two of Pentacles. Yep, slow and steady progress. Balancing that juggling act. Okay. And things are going to. Okay, so thank you, Spirit. With this Two of Pentacles, this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it's finding your rhythm. It's not just finding a balance and being mindful of your choices and decisions and everything, but it's getting that machine, like that well-oiled machine, getting it up and running. And once you find that rhythm, you're going to pick up the pace. Things are going to start to accelerate and perhaps move a lot faster. Then maybe you realize, at some point I feel like you get it. Like you're ready to hop into that Knight of Wands mode. But like, where's your horse? Right? We got to get on the horse first, and not just that, but we have to actually be able to ride the horse, right? And not the horse bucking and kicking us off or anything. So there's something about stabilizing the connection to whatever it is that you're wanting to co-create and manifest. Okay, so whether it's love or money or health or whatever the case may be, it's like we got to just breathe. Try not to be impatient. Channel any of that frustration into something tangible, into something action oriented. So if it's love and you're just like, what's going on here, you actually, you know what I mean? If you haven't been getting out, for example, if you haven't been putting in the effort to make a connection or to mingle or to socialize, it's kind of like, I'm not saying that love can't just like land in your doorstep and be right there or whatever, but it's about the willingness to actually just put yourself out there on a tangible, like, see, hold, and touch what you can see, hold, and touch with your hands type of level. All right. And it might take a little bit of finesse. Spirit's calling for you. Like I said earlier, don't scatter your efforts. You got to stay focused here, because we're juggling, right? We're trying to build. We're starting to put movement to the physical with this Two of Pentacles. And so all you got to worry about is keeping those pentacles balanced and aligned, and keeping your choices aligned with what is going to continue to perpetuate harmony and growth over time, right? And then the acceleration comes, the passion comes. This could even be an external influence that's coming through to support you, to help you, to encourage you. Okay, whether it's a sign or it's a person or it's a message, or like I said with music earlier, or it's a song that really just hits that note and you're like, yes, I found my stride. Like maybe you need a song to kind of help get you going, but then there's one that really sort of, you found that sweet spot. Or what is it, like runner's high? I'm just getting that energy of like runner's high here. Okay, so things are going to be accelerating. Now, if you've made it this far with me, we are going to be pulling back the layers in the extended video, the extension. I'll leave the link to that in the description box below, in the comments below. You can find it at my website, kapualani.com/extensions, where, again, just as a reminder, you are welcome to schedule your session with me. So I'm going to pivot from here, and we're going to be pulling from the Animal Spirit Guides deck in a second. But just as a reminder and as a note, should you choose to dive into the extension, not only are we going to be getting some deeper messages and furthering on the layers of insight, we're also going to be addressing some yes/no questions. So if you have a yes/no question, we're going to be asking the angel answers to get answers there. We're also going to be reflecting on the romance angel. So if you have any questions about love, and even if you just have no interest in love, I always like to focus on what you're currently passionate about with the romance angels for their advice. And I've been enjoying these, and I've been getting some feedback about this deck as well. But the Starseed Oracle, we're going to be pulling from the Starseed Oracle in part 2. But nevertheless, let's go ahead. Let's look into our animal spirit guide card here. So who is our animal spirit guide showing up at this time, Spirit? And again, if you have any intentions or direction that you would like to focus on for validation, for confirmation, go ahead and focus on that now as we get that insight from the animal spirit. Okay, so we got Dragonfly, but then we had another little jumper card that I will look at in a second. And we're going to dive deeper into these animal spirit meanings with the book in part 2. Okay, so just to let you know, Dragonfly energy is all about transformation. Okay, all about transformation. I feel like for some reason these are powerful, some like the dragonfly seems to be a very powerful symbolic animal totem, like when you see a dragonfly in nature. So maybe this is a sign for you. I don't know, what, I don't think this is the season for dragonflies necessarily, but if you happen to see one, even if it's like a sticker or a painting, or like, I don't know why, but I'm even getting like stained glass or something like that, this could be a sign for you that dragonfly medicine, dragonfly animal spirit is speaking to you. So there's again an energy of transformation with dragonfly, and also transition. So there's something that you are, and I feel it with this particular spread as well, you're transforming. But I feel this is coming from an aspect of understanding, like again from the hangman and judgment. Why did I go through the things that I went through? And in that transformation, it's this evolution of taking those lessons and starting to shape things to the next level. You're shifting into the next level and you're understanding the why, why the struggle, or why the lessons, why did it take this long or that long, or why did this happen so quickly and I wasn't ready for it, or I thought I wasn't ready for it, that kind of an energy. I don't know why, but I keep hearing something with stained glass. I don't know. Like there's something here with stained glass being significant. Okay. So the next card, Vulture. Okay, interesting. So we spoke about transformation with the dragonfly energy, and now we've got this vulture energy, which, honors death and rebirth. Okay. Vultures are very significant to the food chain because they're able, and this sounds, sorry for the grossness, but like they can eat like those dead carcasses, right? That's just like sitting there rotting. And so, again, this energy of transformation on a grander level. And, as I am doing this reading, I do these a little bit in advance. And so, we're still in that threshold of the ancestral All Hallows Eve, Samhain, Dia de los Muertos. And so, this could also be a sign of your ancestral connection coming through. This is also a sign of not forgetting your roots and where you're coming from. I also feel that this ties into this hangman judgment. All of these cards here, in terms of things that are going to be developing, and not just developing, but transmuting and transforming, digesting something slowly but purposefully. Okay. Something that is ending, something that is closing out is going to, there's still a significance to it. So don't just like toss it out, or don't just kind of, put it to the back of your mind and move on. There's something to be processed here about something that's coming to an end. All right. And I don't know the exact date. I believe we are going to be moving into what's it called, there's going to be a Mercury retrograde coming up at some point. I don't believe it's like the week that I release this, but this could have something foreshadowing to do with that Mercury retrograde, things from the past coming back, something along those lines. All right. So again, all that being said, I'm going to just close things out here. And again, I'm going to invite you into the extended version of this reading, the extension to this reading at kapualani.com/extensions. Again, leaving the link in the description box below and in the comments. And if you'd like to schedule your session, I invite you to. I offer live and pre-recorded sessions at kapualani.com. And if you haven't yet signed up to my mailing list, you can sign up and receive 10% off of your first, I believe it's your live reading. Okay. So if you sign up for my mailing list, you'll get that discount code. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I deeply and sincerely appreciate you. I'll see you in part 2 or next time. Till then, take care.